Hi, welcome to One Shot. This is Sailesh, the guy that does all these videos that you love. So today's episode, we are going to look at this photo reference you see right now. It's just a really cool photo. Found it on Tumblr. The details are below, hopefully. And basically, today's episode is going to be a sped up process video. The actual process for the actual piece that I did took 1 hour and 25 minutes. So it's been sped up to 10 minutes long. So it is very, very kind of understandable and digestible without being overly long, I feel. So I think it'll help you guys. Let me know if it is too fast. I do go into explaining what I'm doing. Basically, I'm kind of exploring the new update that FiftyThree put out on the paper app 2.2. There's very, very cool features that they've put in there, so definitely check that out if you've got paper and you haven't updated recently. Just check it in the App Store and update. But yeah, I utilize surface pressure a lot in this piece with the coloring pencil tool and refrain from using blend. So that's a big thing for me because lately I've been using blend quite a lot, I feel. So this is a bit more of an expressive piece, and yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, follow me on all those things that you see on the screen. And yeah, enjoyed the video and let me know what you guys think. Thank you. Hi, so this is the process portion of the video. This is One Shot episode 11. Welcome. So, the reason for doing this video, as I'm sure I mentioned in the intro, is basically to test out a couple of things. This new setup with the camera and also the lighting in the room, having the lights on, because I had feedback where the actual visuals, the screen was quite dark and you couldn't really see what I was exactly doing. And also I've put the iPad on my stand now rather than on the actual smart case cover thingamajig, so that's different. And also in the background, you can see the photo reference that I'm using, which I mentioned in the intro. And that will be there throughout the whole process. So that's one thing. And the other thing was to check out the new update for the paper app, which is version 2.2. And there's a few interesting things. The things that I kind of utilize in this piece are the ability to change the canvas background without affecting the actual kind of work that you've done. So it doesn't erase any of the actual lines or anything that you've created. All it affects is the actual background, which is brilliant. And it kind of gives a bit more incentive to kind of try different things, and it just opens up so many options, so it's really, really cool. And this is probably the second time that I've checked it out, the actual update, because I've been quite busy recently. So yeah, it was all new to me, really. So that's one thing that I used from the new update. And the other thing was the color picker tool, where you touch the mixer in the tray, and then you touch the mixer again, and then you have the ability to pick a color from the actual work that you've done. So that's really interesting. And I use that for getting the skin tone, I think, from the background, and just kind of creating different shades, like highlights and shading for it eventually. So this piece took 1 hour 25 minutes. 1 hour and 25 minutes. I can't speak again, as always. Which is really, really fast for the actual end result. So that was quite surprising. And maybe it's because I'm doing these videos, it's helping me speed up my process. But then the other thing is the actual look and style of this piece is totally different. Well, not totally different. It's quite different from previous pieces that I've put out recently. I don't utilize the blend function for the face, so therefore I'm kind of, there you go, the background change. It's really cool. I don't utilize blend at all, and I kind of just rely mainly on the surface pressure functionality with the coloring pencil tool. And as I've said in previous videos, I love surface pressure. It's really, really expressive and very kind of it's just really good. You need to get the stylus to kind of realize what it does, but it's very, very good. So it's just kind of more of an expressive piece, this one. I kind of draw, in the features that I want, like the eyes and the nostrils of the nose and the mouth, the lips. But otherwise, everything else is very, very much kind of created with the surface pressure in mind, using broad strokes, very expressive strokes. So it's it was very satisfying, and again, it was very quick. 1 hour and 25 for a finished piece like this is very fast for me. So I'm quite happy with that. Achieving that kind of speed, and also after a really long day. This was kind of filmed at about 2 o'clock at night, so in the morning technically. But yeah, it was a fun time. And it just adds, when you keep doing the same kind of thing, the same processes over and over for a piece, and only slightly kind of, improving and, kind of going out of your comfort zone. When you do something that is slightly more of a leap, a bit of a jump away from a leap and a jump, a big jump. I was just thinking that leap and jump are quite similar. So a bigger jump than a leap than usual. It kind of, brings that excitement back again of discovery and trial and error kind of thing. But with this piece, I didn't rewind as much because I was thinking a lot more about where I'd place the stroke and how the stroke would kind of be on the actual face. And also it was kind of getting myself familiarized with the actual surface pressure thing. I've done it quite a bit, but I think there is a long way to go. It's a good learning curve kind of dealing with the surface pressure stuff and the coloring pencil tool. And there I'm applying the brilliant blue around the face over the brown tone that I've put in the background. And it just kind of helps things pop, once you change the background color so easily with a different color that is not the default off-white color that you have on the canvas. You can do things that kind of are really, really quick, and you get to a stage where you kind of go for it kind of thing, and it just kind of helps you explore what you want to do a bit better. And in regards to the photo reference, I'm using the photo reference in a way that I'm focusing on the hair color and the way the hair falls, the expression on the face as well, and the eye shape and the lip shape. But otherwise, it's quite my own thing. It's just using the photo reference as a reference again, not anything to kind of really, really rely on. So I wasn't overly, kind of in this state of paranoia of whether I'm doing it right or wrong in regards to the actual photo reference. I was taking it a bit easier and looser, as I said earlier, and just going off on my own kind of tangent that I was in. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this new setup. I think I know at this point I think it's pretty cool. It's just that it's quite difficult to kind of figure out what is the correct kind of setup where trying to minimize the cutoff of the actual iPad screen. So, you guys can see what I'm exactly doing and what color I'm using and what tools I'm using. Because I think that'll help you, perhaps. And for once with the eyes, I haven't really, I have spent quite a bit of time, but not as much as I would normally, with the shine and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a cool piece, I think. And I changed my mind about adding the hat from the photo reference. It didn't work. And then I was figuring that I wouldn't add the hands initially, and I was dead set on not adding the hands that you see from the actual photo reference if you refer back. But then I was like, I might as well just try it with this expressive kind of thing that I'm doing, where the idea would be to have more detail in the eyes and the nose and the mouth, and lessen that detail with the fine kind of tuning around that. So the hair isn't as precise as it could be, but for the style that I'm kind of utilizing for this piece, it doesn't need to be. And the hand, as you can see, is very, very suggestive and insinuating rather than being overly focused on the digits of the hand and stuff. And I think, doing that way of, thinking of, not being overly precious and overly cautious about something like the hands, because personally, the hands to me are very, very, very hard to kind of get right. So I think that helped me personally, just to get that across and not worry too much about, how that is. And And also the lips in this one, I didn't take that much time on it, and I do think that they came out quite well, so that was quite cool. But yeah, I actually surprised myself because I thought, I'm not going to spend that much time. But as always is with these kind of things, doing work in paper, you kind of get into the zone and kind of just time goes really quick. And it's interesting, you just get into the zone of things and do some cool doodling. And yeah, I'm approaching the end now, I think. And it's looking really, really vibrant. The thing with the iPad I've noticed, I don't know if you guys have, if you've used the paper app, is that the iPad screen itself is very, very vibrant and very, very nice once, when you're doing stuff like this, very colourful work. But then when I put it on my computer screen, like the work that I've created in paper or on social media or on Tumblr or something like that, it just seems a bit slightly less vibrant than seen on screen, which is a bit of a downer, but yeah, that's how it is, I guess. Yeah, and there you go. I added background, and I'm trying to add some kind of highlights to the upper lip, but it kind of fails, so I've kind of done a bit more of a broader gesture on it. And yeah, that is it almost. I'll sign it. I think I struggle with signing my own kind of signature on there. Yeah, do it 3 times. But yeah, there you go. That's the end piece of this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun for me. I had a bit of break from filming for a few days, and yeah, this was a good kind of return to filming everything again, and doing a video this week. Yeah, let me know what you thought of this video. Commenting on the video would be great, or commenting via Tumblr would be good. Liking the video helps, and subscribing to the channel so you guys can get the videos in your inbox if you kind of do that option, or you see it in your feed on YouTube. That would be really cool for you and me. And yeah, follow me on the various social media things. I'm on all the popular ones: Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram. So all those details are on the bottom of this YouTube page. If you're not on the YouTube page then, and you're watching the video, just click on the YouTube logo in the player, and that'll take you to the YouTube page where all those details are. Yeah, and thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and thank you again, and goodbye.